Hey guys, it's Katie at scrappingkatie.ctmh.com, and I have a one-page layout to share with you as part of the Honey, I Shrunk the Layout YouTube hop going on right now with my friends from Scrappy Inspiration. Now, for this layout, I have pulled out a sketch from L Studio as well as a couple of pattern papers from the Close to My Heart Party Time collection. And how I'm going to approach this challenge is I am going to use this group of photos to basically do this sketch, but only in the bottom left of this 12 by 12 layout. So right here, I'm just taking some scraps from this Party Time collection, trying to use up some of those. And then I'm just going to cut this down, and that is going to serve to be the piece on the left of my photo groupings. And then I definitely want to mat those photos, so I am going to use the pink polka dot side of that pattern paper. One thing I love about Close to My Heart's pattern paper is you have one pattern on one side and then a different pattern on the other, which makes it super versatile. And then the only problem is that I end up loving both patterns, and so it's hard for me to choose. So I've got the two pieces, and you guys are going to see how simple this layout comes together. I've got the two pieces of pattern paper that I want to use, and then I'm going to pull out some of the stickers from the Party Time sticker sheet. And then I'm going to be using those. And I love that this paper collection actually is all about birthdays, but these photos have nothing to do with a birthday, in fact. So I've got some yellow acrylic hearts, and then that yay came from the birthday acrylic shapes. And then I'm just going to kind of play around with this star border. Now, you won't see me do that work with this on this video, but at the very end, you'll see a photo of where I used it at that top right. So I'm going to pull off just a couple of the stickers from the sticker sheet, and I'm just attaching those to wax paper, and that's going to allow me to kind of put them where I want to put them without actually committing and sticking them down to my project just yet. So I'm just looking at that sticker sheet over once again to see what else I can use. And I'm pretty happy with everything. So I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges of the pattern paper. Now with all this white, I just felt like the edges of this pattern paper needed some pop. So I'm just taking Lagoon ink and inking up that piece. And then I'm going to take some raspberry ink and a sponge dauber and just rub ink around the edge of this photo mat. And then I'm pretty happy with that, so I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive, and I'm just using plain tape adhesive for these papers, and I'm going to adhere that to that bottom left. Now, I will leave links to the other Scrappy Inspiration girls that are playing along. Some are playing along on YouTube and some on Instagram. And most of them actually posted over, I guess, over a week ago. But I am just now getting around to making this layout. So for my photo, I want to add dimension. So I am pulling out my self-adhesive foam, and I'm just going to add some more adhesive just to make sure it really sticks to the back of my photo. And I love to use these foam adhesive sheets because number one, I don't waste a whole bunch of foam tape. And number two, it just is a really good solid way to add dimension to your photos or large pieces of paper. So I've got that glued down, and then again, I'm just going to kind of play around with the placement of my embellishments. And I'm pretty happy with that, except I do want to add just a little bit of some color behind the stars. So the December 2020 stamp of the month is a floral stamp set, but it's got these little dots. And so I've just inked those up in sapphire and then put those or stamp those directly onto my layout base behind where those stars are going to go. So now I am going to stamp the date on this little date stamp, and I'm just using my, I don't even know what brand this is, but it's my date roller, and I just love that thing. And then I just ink it up with a coordinating ink. So this one's going to be sapphire, and I just ink that up a couple of times. And then now I am going to adhere these acrylic shapes down. Now, for most of our acrylic shapes, liquid glass or any strong liquid adhesive would work, but for these stars, I wanted to use glue dots. So I'm just applying a couple of big glue dots on that bigger star, and then I just use some tiny micro dots on those little stars. And then for the yay sentiment, that is kind of that lagoon acrylic, I'm going to pull out Close to My Heart's liquid glass. And then I love that it's just kind of a fine tip. And then it dries quickly, but doesn't add a whole lot of wetness to your project. And so you don't get a whole lot of that ripple effect that you do with other liquid adhesives. So for this little banner that's going to go under yay, I'm just going to use some 3D foam tape. Now this is thin 3D foam tape, meaning it has a thinner dimension than regular foam tape. And I am just adding that behind that little banner and then going to adhere that kind of right under the yay and right over those photos. I'm going to do the same thing with this date sticker, but only add foam adhesive on the left side that sticks off the photo. So you can see off camera, I did add some stickers, those star stickers from the sticker sheet. And then I did go ahead and add that zip strip at the top right. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, I would love for you to leave me a comment and give me a thumbs up. And as always, I would love to have you subscribe and sign up for notifications.